And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are live and coming to you live today from the beautiful Olympia Ice Center here in the downtown heart of West Springfield. It is Hockey Day in West Springfield as we have an afternoon matinee between St. Mary's of Lynn, the Spartans, taking on your Pope Francis Cardinals. Hello, everyone. I'm AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, bringing you this live and exclusive action right here on Pope Prep. No matter where you are and however you may be listening to today's telecast and broadcast, we thank you for tuning in. A reminder to like this content and subscribe to our channel. We're producing the finest and unique content anywhere on the high school sports scene. Today, it is Pope Francis following a huge win on Thursday. They took care of Malden Catholic by a final of 8-2. On Monday, things were tough for them. Against Reading, a two-game losing skid at home, they needed a transition. They needed to be able to find their identity. Two things changed for Pope Francis. One, more pucks went into the back of the net. 8 goals against Malden Catholic, and that certainly helped out the cause. Another thing that definitely helped out was starting Nick Ritchie. That feels that the Cardinals have found their number one guy, Nick Ritchie, the state champ goalie. He's back, and he'll be starting today for Pope Francis. St. Mary's coming in. They have been very good as well, coming in, I believe, with an 8-4 record. So it is going to be an interesting game. I think both of these teams are going to have a fair competition today, and I think we're going to get a much better showing of hockey from both sides of the ice than we did here on Thursday, as the Cardinals took care of that one 8-2. We'd like to apologize to girls basketball for not being with them today. Boys hockey did get our slate today. Girls basketball is at Pope Francis today. They are taking on South Hadley at 2:30. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Hockey Day in West Springfield. Afternoon matinee is coming up next. It's the Cardinals. It's the Spartans. Live from the Olympia Ice Center next. Only on the Pope Prep YouTube channel. We are just about set and ready for some hockey. Before we do that, we've got pregame announcements on the national anthem coming in. Cardinals and Spartans will both head to their respective creases for their last pregame meeting before we begin. And now we will send it down on the ice level as we are ready to begin. They're going to have a national anthem with the starting lineups just like usual. They've got music today, too, and we're glad to have it here for you on this Saturday. And with that being said, it is time to officially send it down to the ice level. Here we go. It's time for some afternoon matinee hockey live on Pope Prep.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hockey Day in West Springfield here at the MIAA Center. We have the starting lineup. Here it is from St. Mary's. Starting at left wing number 12, Jack Fialello. Starting at center, number 22, Stephen Mason. Starting on the right wing, number 24, Tim Ratney. Starting on defense, number 17, James Driscoll. Also starting on defense, number 8, Mark Hilton Jr. Big over, number 1, Anthony Smith Jr. And there is his coach. And that's Smith, he's my first and on top. Now, we are home for Pope win. Starting at left wing, number 4, Jake Petrin. Starting at center, number 19, Nick Petkovic. Starting on the right wing, number 16, William Dolan. Starting on defense, number 10, Zach Paponi. Also starting on defense, number 24, Jake Carroll. Mid over, Cardinals, number 30, Nick Ritchie. Referee for this contest is Bob Edelson. This is Tom Allen. Langton, Mr. Mike Miller. This time, that's draw, redraw. We move to half. Singing. By Miss Mary Kate McGrath.
All right, and with that being said, it is officially hockey time. Nick Ritchie in net today for Pope Francis. Get another starting role after the performance he had against Malden Catholic on Thursday. Did not allow any of the 2 goals. 2 goals did not come through him. They went through McClear. And for St. Mary's of Lynn, they are going to roll with their main netminder, number 1, Matthew Smith Jr. Smith Jr., one of the main reasons why St. Mary's have been so effective this year and why this poises to be a nice afternoon matchup of hockey today. Good test for Pope Francis at home. Again, they think they found their mojo back after that Thursday win. We'll see if they really have today. Cardinals are going to give one last tap to Nick Ritchie in net before this game starts. It's Ziggy and Jarrell, the usual defensive pairing for these Cardinals. And the forwards at the top, it's going to be Nick Petch, Jake Petrin, and Liam Dolan. So those are the 3 forwards to watch out for today for the Cardinals, and the starting defense as well. Well, we are ready to begin At the Olympia Ice Center, face-off coming in. Refs ready, St. Mary's ready, Cardinals ready, hockey time, and Cardinal Nation, what do you know? It is time to fly. And before we can do anything else, I think we've got a net issue. We'll have the official go over there and check it out on the St. Mary's side. Just making sure the posts are in all the way. No funny business today. The officials are making sure of it. All right, I'll repeat the same sentiment, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Cardinal Nation, it's time to fly. And we start with St. Mary's. They're going to grab possession early on, not before a big-time hit from Jake Jarrell. Ziggy goes burrowing under the corner. He'll use a backhand and try to check it up to his main man, Jake Jarrell. Jarrell tried to do something and eventually skirted back into the Cardinal zone as Ziggy now will find Jarrell again. Here's Jake. Jake getting scampered early, and we've got a whistle here. And before we can do anything else, do we have a penalty on the ice? I think that's the question. Referee is heading over toward the box. Or is it just going to be a face-off on the other end? So it's just going to be a face-off on the other end. We saw the referee heading towards the box, but he eventually just weaved off, and it's going to be a face-off in the St. Mary's zone. Number 2 line coming onto the ice. It's Matty Regan, Moss Carney, and Mike McGrath. Moss Carney looking forward in the high slot area before he was pressured by Jack Diallo. Matty Regan trying to fire a shot. Goes back to the point now. Here's Zig. Zig trying to fire it in, looking for a screen and some help from Matt Regan and Moss Carney. And Moss Carney could not stub it home. Save made with 16:25 to go in the opening period. Moss Carney getting a little bit feisty down there near the St. Mary's netminder Matthew Smith Jr. So it's going to be a face-off on the left dot of the St. Mary's zone on your far side of the ice. Cardinals in this game in the first period are going to work from left to right, and the Spartans will work from right to left on your television screen. Face-off coming in, Matt Regan. There's a draw back to Carney. Moss Carney is going to look for Matty Regan before he's going to get a little bit of pressure from St. Mary's. Cardinals still trying to work it around. Mike McGrath looking for space. It goes back. Here's Shea from the point, but the cover-up and save is made by Matthew Smith Jr. on the Cardinals' second shot on goal of this game. Two teams exchanging pleasantries down near Matthew Smith Jr. Ooh, a little bit of French down there as well from these players. Getting a little chippy early on, but you know what that means. Chippy game, that means Nick Burns is coming onto the ice. Cardinals have it now. It's Dylan Shea off the clean face-off win. Shea going to try to fire one out in front, but again, Smith Jr. will make the save. 16:05 to go in the opening period. So it'll once again be a little bit of repeated motion here for both of these sides. Actually going to change it up, so it won't be repeated motion. It'll just be a face-off on the right dot. Face-off coming in. Mateo Kokavea, Nick Burns, Bryce Russ the forwards with Wegerson and Shea on the back ends. Face-off one here by St. Mary's this time. They'll try to work it around, trying to get a little bit of space. Shea tried to look for the puck, but now it'll be the visitors of St. Mary's trying to do something, and we've got a big hit. Dylan Shea and the player from St. Mary's down there. We'll check it out here. Give us just a quick sec. I think Shea's going to get a penalty for it. Is it going to be a boarding call? I think that's the question. I think they're going to give him a penalty. The player that went down was Nick Thornton for St. Mary's, the Spartans. So they're down on the ice. They eventually will get up. I think it's just going to be a matching penalty, so we'll remain 5-on-5. Yep. So Dylan Shea and Nick Thornton are each going to head to the box. No penalties assessed. It'll just be a matching penalty, so both players will head to the box for specified amount of time. So it'll stay 5-on-5. Face-off coming in on the St. Mary's. Their right dot, and the dot furthest to your screen. As Ziggy has it now, he'll move it over. It's Max Monroe. Monroe trying to fire in a shot. That one goes to the right of the net. Rebound, Cardinals. Liam Dolan trying to stub it home. He can't. Goes back to the point before we can do anything else. We've got a dislodged net, and play will stop with 15:42 to go in the opening period. So again, referee, we saw him in the first, before this game actually even began, he was fixing the net. So that's been a problem here. We've seen it here at the Olympia a few times this year, and that has become dislodged as the Cardinals now will have another face-off in the same exact position as Zachary Buffoni has it here. He'll work it deep out of the zone. Burrowing into the corner is Jake Petrin looking for the puck. He'll eventually have to get through a sea of St. Mary's defenders along with Nick Petch, but eventually it's the visitors who come away with it. They're trying to look up ice with Caleb Racky. Racky gets racked down to the ice by Max Monroe. The Cardinals will get possession back, and they'll try to work it up. There's Ziggy Buffoni using the boards, trying to chip his way into the corner. He does. Ziggy looking for the puck, maybe using a body too. He'll try to work for it. Puck in his skates. Petrin will try to help him out. Works to the point. Petch trying to fire on a shot. Gets deflected into the right corner. Liam Dillon working it around the boards. Here's Petrin. Petrin maybe looking for an outlet. St. Mary's bringing the double team on him. Little battle now. Nick Petch in a dead-eye search for it. St. Mary's trying to look for the puck again. Hard-nosed physical hockey here in these first 5 minutes. Cardinals still trying to get it going. And will eventually go to the other side of the ice to Ziggy. Liam Dolan has it now. Again, back deep into the St. Mary's zone. They'll just look to clear. Cardinals bringing the pressure on the forecheck early. And St. Mary's now will just lob it down the ice. That could be an icing. It's going to be. The clock will stop. No, the referee did, in fact, wave it off. I think it got deflected in the own end. No icing there. Play will roll on. Moscardi now will look deep into the St. Mary's end. He finds McGrath. McGrath trying to fire it out in front. Matty Regan's skate got in the way. Works over to Zach Buffoni now. Zig sliding over to Jarrell. Jarrell, shot, save, made by Smith Jr. He covers up with 14-17 to go in the opening period. So Jake Jarrell, one of the, I'm not going to say surprises of the team, but the fact that he's leading the team in goals is very impressive for him. Making a case for the Mr. Hockey Award. Face-off coming in for Pope Francis. Matt Regan going to take the draw again. Ref's going to head over to the timekeepers area. Just whistle coming in. I think that 13:53 is when the players will both come out. Dylan Shea still in the box, as well as Mike McGrath will try to fire a shot. That one yanks off the glass. Jarrell try to keep it in at the point. It'll deflect high. Matt Regan looking for it. Matt Regan trying to make the play here. He's got it. Here's Matt. Matt centering it out in front to Mike McGrath in the low slot area, but he couldn't get a shot on net. It'll eventually deflect around. Smith Jr. trying to make the save. He gets bashed into his own net, and we've got a penalty coming down here. And the Gilgee, a penalty coming in for Pope Francis. Power play time for St. Mary's. Moss Carney will head to the sin bin for 2 minutes. So Moss, who had a big game Thursday night, will have to think things over now for 2 minutes in the penalty box. Cardinals will be shorthanded. Power play for St. Mary's coming in. Again, Cardinals, you thought they'd find an identity. They've been trying to find it all year long. And the way to start it, they need offense and a fast start. Petrin looking forward. He's got it. Heading into the St. Mary's end. Petrin looking for an outlet, trying to just create space. 3 St. Mary's attackers, only 1 PD. And he just got outnumbered, unfortunately for him. He'll have to start heading back now. Adam Fitzpatrick has it here for St. Mary's. He'll leave it off. It's Cam Moganagel. Moganagel trying to work it in, and Petrin will just dump it in again. St. Mary's will have to start over. They've got it. Aiden Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going back into his own end now. Going to skate it up ice with some steam heading to center ice. He does a shake and bake through Petrin. Here comes Fitzpatrick, stopping on a dime, looking around, trying to find a man, but the pass is picked off, and it's a 2-on-1 coming the other way. It's Petch and Petey. What will Petch do? Petch will choose to fire a shot, and that one eventually heads to the left of the net. Good look for Petey and Petch, but now they'll have to start thinking about getting back, but luckily for them, Ziggy is there. Fresh legs coming on. Cardinals bringing out the speed. Bryce Russ coming out. And now St. Mary's back in their own end. 55 seconds left of power play time. Haven't gotten much going. Now they'll have an opportunity to do just that with a rush here. Aiden Fitzpatrick dumping into the Cardinal end. Nick Ritchie will come out, play it out. Ziggy Buffoni looking up ice. He'll try to work it around, tried to find Mateo Cocavea, but he'll head back again into the St. Mary's end. It's Fitzpatrick doing the spinorama through Bryce Russ. He'll lob it down the ice. Ziggy trying to play it in with a foot, and look out here. Here comes St. Mary's trying to fire in a shot. That one heads to the left of the net. Good opportunity for Steven Nason, but he could not put it in. 23 seconds of power play time left to go. Maybe one more rush for St. Mary's if they can hold things in order. Mark Hilton has it for St. Mary's, crossing center ice. He'll try to fire in a shot. It banks to the left of the net. It'll eventually cut around. St. Mary's will try to do something again. Jarrell going in for hit time. It'll eventually work back to the point. Mark Hilton trying to center one out in front. Trying to find his man, Nick Thornton, but he could not put it in. Power play time over. Cardinals penalty kill is 1 for 1 today. So a good result nonetheless for Pope Francis as Moss Carney sent a man flying down there near center ice, and he's just getting up now. That's a big hit. Mark Hilton looked like he was sent back to 7th grade on that one. So top line back on the ice with a bit of a change. Nick Petch, Petrin, and now it's Moss Kearney hopping on the top line. Shots on goal, 5 for Pope Francis, 0 thus far for the Spartans, as Moss Kearney will try to work it around. He's got a man. It's Jake Petrin. Petrin trying to do something. He gets board time. Ziggy Buffoni taking it back in his own end. He works it over. Max Monroe. Monroe to Kearney. Moss Kearney trying to level it in to the St. Mary's zone. Nick Petch going for the puck here. Gets a little taste of glass. St. Mary's now will try to work it out of their own end. With possession, they've got it. They'll try to yap it up the boards. Zachary Buffoni has it here. He'll dump it back in, make St. Mary's work for it once more. 11:13 to go in the opening period. Flying along today on Pope Prep. Cardinals trying to get there, trying to make the play deep into the St. Mary's end, looking for any type of turnover. Max Monroe will try to get there, trying to use the body. It's a big hit from Max Monroe. He laid out Jack Hall from St. Mary's. Puck gets deflected now back into the Cardinal end, and Zachary Buffoni has it here on the pass from Monroe. He was looking up ice for Matty Regan, goes through some skates, and eventually St. Mary's will take it back at center ice. Cardinals bringing a physical presence to this game. Trying to get a lot more physical this year. Zachary Buffoni has it here. He's losing a little space there. Now they'll just dump it into the St. Mary's end. We get our first looks. So Matthew Smith again. More looks, actually. That'll cut around. Mike McGrath trying to get there, trying to make the play. So is Joe Orzelak. Orzi trying to work it inside, but eventually it'll go out. Michael Nierich trying to work up ice. He's got a man, Nick Thornton. Thornton couldn't handle it in, though, and now Jake Jarrell, one of the 3 captains on the team, will look in. The puck was deflected as Jarrell was looking for Orzelak, and it'll eventually get tampered around here. St. Mary's is trying to get it out of their own zone. They haven't done much outside of center ice thus far. The Cardinals have clamped down on defense in this opening period as Mike McGrath will try to get there. The Jarrell it goes. Jarrell having a hard time handling things, and so is McGrath. Puck getting a little stuck there in center ice, with a little ice divot as it will eventually head back into the Cardinal end. It's Joe Orzelak taking it here on a bounce pass off the boards. Orzelak looking up ice. He tried to find a man in Mike McGrath, but they are tired and they need fresh legs onto the ice. They'll eventually head back into the Cardinal end. They'll look around and try to create space here, but the St. Mary's of Lynn, the Spartans, will dump it back into the Cardinal end again. Trying to get something going on offense. That's the best way to do it. No shots on goal for them. They've got to start throwing pucks on net. Mateo Kokavea trying to get it out of his own zone. St. Mary's trying to fire in a shot from the point. Can't hit the net. Cardinals will look for it. Jarrell has it. Here's Jarnsey, Jake Jarrell looking up ice. Russ hitting it back to Mateo. Mateo looking for Nick Burns. Burns trying to hustle down the ice, trying to bring the big physical presence that the Cardinals need here early on as Mateo gets a little tush time on the ice. Cardinals trying to get there again. Mateo Kokavea trying to do something here, and eventually it'll roll around for St. Mary's. They'll try to look up ice, and icing is going to be called. 8:55 to go in the opening period. 8:54. They ran the clock for 1 second more. Well, as we told you, folks, the winter sports season is flying by. Stretch run is officially here, we can tell you that. Late January now, heading into February. This is the stretch run in the year where teams make or break their season. Last year, the Cardinals, from this point forward, were almost unstoppable in hockey. I mean, they didn't really lose any type of games as Petch will try to fire in a shot. That one will yank off the left side of the boards. Petrin trying to get there still. Jake looking for it, so is Petch. Petrin trying to get it, but eventually St. Mary's are able to come away with it easily. They'll dump it into the Cardinal end. Trying to get back there. The Cardinals trying to look for space. It's Shea. There's Dylan Shea looking up the boards. Nick Petch trying to get it in his skates. Around center ice, he's got it. Here's Nick Petch. Petch trying to fire in a shot. Slams off the left side of the boards. Not on net. Cardinals try to get there again, but St. Mary's will try to restore order as Nick Petch going to try to provide a bit of a physical presence. Cardinals looking for it, trying to get there. Liam Dolan gets bear hugged down to the ice. He's in some pain. He brings 2 St. Mary's players down with him. You didn't see it, but that was funny as funny could be there from Mr. Dolan. The Cardinals will get it back in their own end. Dylan Shea has it. Back in his own end, looking for a long pass for Petey. That one will be a deflection. It will not be an icing, and St. Mary's will take it again. 7:50 to go in the opening period. Cardinals trying to get it here. McGrath trying to center one out in front. Tomas Kearney, but he could not stuff it home. They caught St. Mary's in a bit of a snooze there, and a little bit of players coming in and off. One of those scenarios, a little hockey change. Got them caught up, but no results for Pope Francis from that shift for Moss. Cardinals still have it here. Moss looking up for McGrath. He's got it. Mike McGrath looking around. McGrath trying to fire in a shot. Goes to the left of the net. St. Mary's will take it now the other way and try to look up the ice before they can. Max Monroe will get there. Max trying to just use the boards to his advantage. He'll use the glass too and try to stub it to Matty Regan. Matt Regan got sent into the glass there. Cardinals will have to get back now, as St. Mary's will try to take it the other way. Cam McGonagall will try to move it around, but Max Monroe will siphon it over. Matt Regan, little tired. He'll have to dump it in, and they'll get fresh legs onto the ice. Coming onto the ice, the Burns line. Coming back, Cardinals looking for the puck here. Burns was looking for it. Russ trying to get down there as well, making a change for him. I mean, going from defense to offense in the middle of the season can be tough on a player, but Bryce Russ appears to be adapting to his new role with this team. Jarrell looking up ice. He tried to find a man in Mateo Kokavea. Deflection, no icing. Smith will come out of his net. He'll try to work it around for St. Mary's, but it goes back into the Cardinal end. Here's Thayer. Mason Thayer looking down the ice. It's going to go around the board. Smith Jr. will just leave it off. Boston padding there. Look out. Russ will take it. He's a speedster. He'll work quick. Goes to Jarrell at the point. Shot deflected. Cardinals looking for it. Trying to stub it home is Burns. Chill's trying to stub it home is Russ. Puck is still alive here. St. Mary's just trying to clear at all costs, and they eventually will. Good opportunity for the Cardinals, but no cash in once more. 0-0 we remain as Nick Burns has it here. Burns looking up ice for Bryce Russ. Russ loses it around center ice, and Burns will try to get there as well. Russ still looking for it. Not giving up is Bryce Russ. He's got to be a little tired. He'll come off. Mateo Kokavea just going to dump it in as well. Try to fire in a shot on net, and Smith Jr. will cover up. It'll be a face-off in his own end with 5:44 to go in the opening period. Well, we're flying along on Pope Prep. 5:44 to go in the opening period, and coming up, we've got the first intermission report. We'll break it down for you. We'll break down what we saw in this opening period and look forward to the second period. That's all coming up exclusively on the Pope Prep YouTube channel. Nick Petch going to take the face-off. Trying to win the draw, and St. Mary's will get it back now. Cardinals try to make a play here. Dylan Shea tried to get there and make the play, but St. Mary's will take it in. Here they come. Trying to work it up the ice. Around center ice. Trying to get there with a stick was Cam McGonagall, but he lost it eventually, and Nick Petch will try to take it the other way. But he can't, and St. Mary's will take it right back with Aiden Fitzpatrick, who's going to work it over to Mark Hilton. Hilton working it around. Jaden Driscoll has it now. Driscoll working back. Mark Hilton. Hilton looking up ice, and that one will deflect into the Cardinal bench. Got to be careful there. One of those coaches without a helmet on can be a little bit of a scary situation, but luckily it just landed near the players, and they all have helmets on, and state-of-the-art ones to be exact. Face-off coming in at center ice, 5:12 to go in this opening period. Matt Regan going to take the draw. Regan looking for it, but eventually it's a pile-up at center ice. Mike McGrath trying to get there. He's got it now. McGrath looking up ice for Moss Kearney. Moss trying to get there, trying to make any type of play he can. It'll get stapled back into the Cardinal end, but not for long, as Max Monroe will have to go back into his own end, in the St. Mary's end. The Cardinals now taking it back in their own end. He'll work it around for Mike McGrath. McGrath looking for space. Can't really find it there. It gets worked back even deeper into the Cardinal zone. So you're going to have to come away from the slot area and try to find Moss Kearney. Dangerous territory here for the Cardinals, and now they will clear it up ice. McGrath trying to get there, just trying to poke his way through the St. Mary's defense. Wasn't working for him, and now Max Monroe will take it in. There's Max, first-year Cardinal on this team. Cardinals trying to get there still. Trying to get there is Matt Regan, and now it'll work back. Ziggy Buffoni will work it down. Offside here on the ice. Moss has to get out of the zone. And now St. Mary's will take it the other way with steam and space. They'll lob it in. Cardinals will try to get there with Monroe. Monroe looking for a little bit of a hit here. Zachary Buffoni trying to get there as well. That's Burns now. Nick Burns trying to make the play. He'll work it back. Zachary Buffoni has it. Zig looking over. It's Max Monroe. Monroe trying to clear it out, and Burns now will get there along with Moss Kearney. Kearney finds Burns. Here's Nick Burns trying to keep his head up, trying to steer clear of St. Mary's defenders, maybe firing a shot too while he's at it, and the puck gets lost, and now St. Mary's will try to start over, but Jarrell gets there for Pope, trying to keep it deep in the St. Mary's territory. Mateo Kokavea trying to get there as well. Here's Mateo hammering his way into the corner and burrowing there too. Russ will try to help him out. Many battle for the puck here, and eventually St. Mary's will get it. Trying to get there was Michael Baldassari. Baldassari tried to do anything he could. Back into the small pile up it goes. Baldassari will take it here. Here he is. Mike looking around. He finds his man. That's Caleb Racky. Racky looking up ice, and that one's going to head all the way down. That will be an icing. I was right that time. 3:10 to go in the opening period. Again, reminder, folks, girls basketball going to be tipping off soon enough over at Pope Francis. Big game today, 2:30. Yeah, it probably already has tipped off over there. 2:33 now. Taking on South Hadley. Big game for them today over at the school, live in the Pope Francis gym. Again, we are sorry to them for not being able to be there, but again, boys hockey called us to be here today, and that was a rescheduled game to Saturday. Cardinals trying to get there. Jarrell looking for it. Goes to Petey now. There's Petrin. Petrin trying to lob it down the ice. Nick Petch trying to get there. Petch tried to make the play, and so will St. Mary's. St. Mary's trying to get there. Liam Dolan. Oh, he got boarded into the boards. That is going to be a call, and I would be surprised if it isn't a major. Jarrell is going to give him a word to the box, and he'll essentially escort him over there. That was a cheap shot and a half if I've ever seen one. The captain for St. Mary's, Cam Moganagle, is only going to get 2 minutes. Refs feeling a bit generous. That easily could have been a major. But it's a minor penalty, just a regular one. 2 minutes and a Cardinal power play coming in right before the end of the opening period. It'd be huge for them. They can jump up 1-0 today. On the ice, it's Petch, Jarrell, Petrin, Moscarni, and Ziggy all on the ice. Petch trying to get there. Goes back. Zachary Buffoni has it. Moving it over to Jarrell. Jake Jarrell trying to get around. He'll do a spinorama, look over his options, and find Ziggy. Ziggy sliding it back. Jarrell looking for goal number 9. Shake and bake. Shot, save, rebound. Cardinals stuff it home. They score! Pope Francis puts it in. If it's Jarnsey, it's his 9th of the year, but it looks to me like it's Petey El Capitan getting it done for Pope Francis. And just like that, it is 1-0. Jake Jarrell with the smooth moves from the point, and he gets it done and finds his man Petey. That's the first goal of the game, and it belongs to Pope Francis after a hard-working first period. It's a power play goal. We'll give credit where credit is due. Jake Jarrell from the point had the moves. He had the shake and bake. He broke ankles on the way down. And then Petey came in for leftovers and buried it home. It is 1-0 for Pope Francis. Pope Francis have dominated essentially most of this opening period with 10 shots on goal, and still to this point 0 for St. Mary's of Lynn. They've got to figure it out, do something here to get some pucks on the net for Richie. He has just been standing there the whole game. Not much to do for him, as McGrath will try to get it now. Monroe trying to get there. He'll wrap it around the boards and look for Orzelak. Here's Joe. Joe Orzelak gets stapled in there and try to fire it in was McGrath to Matty Regan. Regan sends a man down. McGrath gets taken down too. Orzelak looking for the hit. Aggressive end of this first period here. 1:55 to go now. Cardinals trying to play it in with a hand. Matt Regan trying to get there. Regan looking. He'll try to find a man. Zachary Buffoni trying to get there. Here's Zig. Zig looking up ice. He finds McGrath. Here's Mike McGrath on the right side. McGrath tried to leave it off maybe for Regan. And now the Cardinals will have to rethink things. They've got it still in St. Mary's end, as Ziggy will try to just weave his way through. Back checkers here for St. Mary's. Orzelak trying to get there. Matty Regan trying to stuff one out in front, and eventually he couldn't. He got sent down too. That player for St. Mary's of Lynn is just he's a force, and he's going to be a rough customer for the Cardinals to have to handle. That's Cam Moganagle, who sent Regan flying. Mateo will have to go back into his own end now with 1:10 to go in the opening period. Cardinals still trying to do something as Ziggy. Again, that is Moganagle. He sent down Ziggy. That was a hard hit. He is getting up slowly. His helmet is almost off, too. They're going to have to call on Jarrell here. St. Mary's of Lynn are going to try to work it up the ice and tie this game. Try to get their first shot on net, but the Cardinal defense comes back. That was Russ and Monroe tag teaming there, and now Jarrell is going to take it in. Jarrell up to Mateo, who'll try to fire in a shot. It'll go to Jarrell. Jarrell trying to center one out in front. Burns trying to stuff it home. He's working as hard as he can, and we've got a whistle. The net was dislodged. Pile up in the St. Mary's crease, but it's going to be no goal here. Good, valid effort nonetheless from Pope Francis towards the end of this period. Again, St. Mary's yet to have a shot on goal, and that'll probably be the case towards the end of this first period. Good shift from Burns and Russ. We saw Zach Buffoni come off in a little bit of pain. Hope he's okay. He got sent down hard to the ice. They're going to need him if they want to win today, as Jarrell has it now. Here's Jake. Jake looking in. 27 seconds. Jarrell trying to fire in a shot, but it's a glove save made from Smith Jr. with 24.3 seconds to go now in the opening period. Cardinals are going to get Mas Carney on the ice in an exchange. Mateo Cocavea is going to come off. 24.3 seconds to go in the opening period. Face-off coming in the St. Mary's end. Mas Carney tried to get there, and St. Mary's will just do their best to steer clear the Cardinal attack. 16 seconds to go. Petch going in for a hit. He comes away with the puck, too. Petch looking. Mas Carney finding Petch. Goes back to Mas. Mas just trying to send one out in front. Goes to Petch. PD trying to get a stick on it, too. 4 seconds to go. Jarrell's got to watch the clock here. He'll go for the hit, maybe. Sends a man down. No, Petch going to be a penalty at the end of the first period. Oh, boy. They're calling Jarrell for a slash. I can't believe it. Jarrell is going to head to the box to start the second. We've got double zeros on the clock. A great first period from Pope Francis, but St. Mary's are going to be on the power play when we get back. These two teams are hitting hard. And this afternoon matinee, that's how we head to the opening period intermission report. Jarrell will head to the box at the start of the second period. These two teams battling it out on this afternoon matinee. We've reached the end of the first 17 minutes with the Cardinals up 1-0. Coming up, we've got the opening intermission report. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Back in a flash on Pope Prep. Cardinals up by 1 to end the first period of play. We have reached the first intermission point of this game. 17 minutes on the clock. We're almost ready to begin the second period. The score at the end of 1-0 for Pope Francis. They had a great period. 14 shots on goal and 0 for St. Mary's. We were surprised to only see one puck go across the net, but that is a credit to their goalie, Michael Smith Jr., who had himself a nice first period other than that one goal. I mean, there was nothing really he could do. Jarrell just did the shake and bake, and right out in front, it was cleanup time for Petey. Again, when you leave a puck right in front of the net for Petey, that's like a dog in a schoolyard trying to find the trash. I mean, he's just going to find it every time and eat with it. The Cardinals up 1-0, but unfortunately for them, they got some bad luck towards the end of that period. Jake Jarrell was called for a penalty, so he is going to start the second period in the box. So it'll be a power play for St. Mary's to start out for them. So that's an easy, instant opportunity for them to jump back in this game and try to tie it up. At this point, the Cardinals have the 1-0 lead, and that first period was really the way they want to play. Putting pucks on the net, playing good defensively, no breakdowns really, not giving them any opportunity, no room to shoot really. I mean, just a good start for Pope Francis. Just not enough pucks went into the back of the net there. But it is 1-0 for Pope Francis. It'll be St. Mary's who will be on the power play to start. They are 0 for 1 on the day on power plays, but they will look to jump back in this game and maybe tie it up with a power play goal. But the Cardinals will do everything in their power to keep it a 1-0 game. Coming up, when you've got the second period, live from the Olympia Ice Center is afternoon hockey day in West Springfield, afternoon matinee game here between Pope Francis, the Cardinals, and St. Mary's of Lynn Spartans. Coming up next, we play the second period. Thank you for tuning in to Pope Productions. A reminder to like this content and subscribe to our channel. We're producing the finest and unique content anywhere on the high school sports scene. So no matter where you are and however you may be listening today, we thank you. Coming up, it's the second period exclusively on the Pope Prep YouTube page. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to begin the second period at the MIAA Center. The Cardinals are going to be short-handed to start the second period. Jake Jarrell took a penalty within the last 3 seconds, so it'll be power play time for St. Mary's right out of the chute. Cardinals will work from right to left on your television screen. In this second period, it'll be St. Mary's working from left to right. So again, Cardinals right to left, St. Mary's left to right. No goalie changes, no changes really. Just ready to begin the second period, and it'll be their best defenseman, too, maybe arguably their best defenseman for Pope Francis, Jake Jarrell, heading to the box for 2 minutes to start the period. And here we go. We are ready for puck drop, second period time. Cardinals ready. The penalty killers on the ice. Zachary Buffoni, Nick Petch, Jake Petrin, and Max Monroe. Those are the 4 assigned to get the Cardinals to 2 for 2 on the penalty kill today, as Ziggy takes a little bit of a wipe out into the boards there. Cardinals try to get there, try to make the play is Nick Petch. That's going to head back into the end of Nick Ritchie. Ritchie's going to have to play it with a stick, and look out here. St. Mary's going to take it, and they are going to score to start the second period. A rough start for Pope Francis in the second power play goal. It is Aiden Fitzpatrick putting it in for St. Mary's. And just like that, we are at a 1-1 game. We are even Steven on Pope Prep. A power play goal for them. They needed it too. A big one for St. Mary's. Huge one to be exact. And now the Cardinals will try to take the lead again. McGrath has it now. McGrath looking around. Aiden Fitzpatrick for St. Mary's getting it tied up. Even Steven. Cardinals trying to fire in a shot from the point. That was Max Monroe, but the save is made by Matt Smith. So Smith covers up. It's a 1-1 game. Shots on goal, 15-1. First shot Richie sees, goes in. Just unlucky to start it out in this second period. A power play goal. St. Mary's have jumped back into the game. That's going to be an icing. So it'll be So Aiden Fitzpatrick puts it in. It's going to be a face-off coming in the St. Mary's zone. Face-off coming in. Matt Regan will take the draw. Mike McGrath, Moss Carney on the ice. And before we can do anything else, we've got an infraction. And Matt Regan's going to get thrown off the draw, which means McGrath will have to take the draw now. St. Mary's will win the draw cleanly. 1-1 game. 16:08 to go in this second period, just getting it underway. And it'll head down the ice. No icing here. There was a deflection. And the Cardinals will take it back in their own end with Thayer. Thayer will move it over to Jarrell. Jarrell looking up ice, trying to find a man in Moss Carney. Moss trying to get there, trying to make the play, and it'll eventually roll around the boards. There, St. Mary's will take it. Mark Kelton tried to move it out. Carney does work it in. Regan trying to leave it off for Mike McGrath. McGrath trying to make the play. He's got it now. Here's Mike trying to leave it out. Regan trying to fire in a shot. He tried to go on the floor on the board, but he could not put it in. Jarrell at the point, trying to fire a shot, but a glove save is made, and an easy one from Matt Smith Jr. Mike McGrath down there exchanging pleasantries with the St. Mary's players near St. Mary's goalie Matthew Smith. So Shea and Wegerson on the ice with Russ, Burns, and Mateo. Face-off coming in. Easy win for Mateo. Goes to the point to Shea. Shea going to work it around the boards. It burrows to the corner. Nick Burns tried to get there. Tried to make the play. Shea looking. Trying to find Burns again. Burns looking. Trying to get there. Burns has got it. Burns trying to get there. Trying to make the play. And St. Mary's will now hold it in. St. Mary's try to make the play. Here's Mateo. Mateo trying to do something. We've got a whistle. Face-off coming in. St. Mary's are going to win it cleanly. Here they come, trying to work it into the Cardinal zone. They've got it, trying to fire at a shot. Big shot block there from Dylan Shea. Shea trying to work it around the ice, trying to make the players Petch. Petch goes it over. Here's Wade Wegerson. Wegerson with space. He's got the puck. Wegs looking around, shake and bake. Ankle's broken. Wegs trying to center one out in front. Dolan tried to get there, and now he'll have to get back. Good action here in this second period from both sides, respectively, and Zach Buffoni will take it in. Sig will just try to work it around the boards, but eventually goes to St. Mary's. They'll try to fire in a shot, gets blocked and poked away, and the Cardinals will still try to get there and try to make the play. It's Wegerson trying to work it up ice. Here's Zachary Buffoni. Zig looking around, trying to create space here. Oh, that was a wipeout hit. Big collision near the timekeeper area, and that one now will head back down the ice. Icing going to be called? No, icing is called. Visiting fans can't believe it. They are angry with the call there. So it'll be a face-off nonetheless coming in the St. Mary's zone. Face-off coming in. Orszalak going to take it. Orsi trying to get there, trying to make the play. It'll wrap around the boards now. Monroe looking for the puck. It'll eventually get taken in by St. Mary's. Here they come. It's Finn Racky. Racky tried to do something, and Moscardi had to get back there defensively. And now it goes to Zach Buffoni. Here's Zig. He's going to lob it down the ice. That's going to be an icing called with 13:41 to go in the second. So 13:40 to go in the second period. Orszalak, McGrath, Terrell, Carney, Thayer on the ice. Face-off coming in. Orszalak tried to win it. The shot here from St. Mary's goes to the right of the net. Cardinals trying to get back there. It's Thayer down there. Orszalak going to take it in now for Pope. Here's Joe. Orszalak has it, looking up ice to McGrath. Mike just going to try to lob it up and try to find a skater, but there's no one there except Moscardi. And St. Mary's will take it in. Slow start to this second period for the Cardinals, and look out here. Here comes St. Mary's trying to fire in a slapper on the board with Jack Hall, but he could not stop it home. We've got another icing, and play will stop with 13:10 to go in the second. He's back. Sorry about that, folks. Little technical difficulties. Back now. Cardinals trying to work it around. It's Jarrell. Jarrell has it. Jarrell's trying to fire in a shot, and eventually St. Mary's will have to look at it again. Cardinals trying to get there, trying to make the play. Zach Buffoni has it over to Mateo. Mateo will dump it into the zone. Nick Burns trying to get there. Burns. Mateo. Nick Burns trying to make the play again. And now St. Mary's will take it in. St. Mary's looking up ice. That could be an icing. It is. We'll get a stoppage with 11:46 to go in the second. Shots on goal, 18 for Pope, 1 for St. Mary's, and it was a goal. So yet again, it's another first period where Pope Francis dominated, and it's a 1-1 tie. 18-1 in shots on goal. One shot for them went in. One back to the point. Cardinals trying to fire in a shot. Mason Gautreau tried to put it in, and now Dylan Shea will have to get back there and make the play. Here's Shea. Shea looking up. Mateo has it. Mateo trying to get there, trying to look around, and it's going to be a cover-up. No! Russ gets there. Russ will try to fire in a shot, and St. Mary's now really in dire trouble. Now they've got to clear, and that was a good look for Russ, but he could not stuff it home. Mateo looking. Nick Burns trying to keep it alive. Good forecheck there from Nick. He'll get the effort to Russ. Russ gets a face plant into the glass, too. Russ still trying to do something, but St. Mary's now will take it now. St. Mary's trying to do something here. They've got it. Looking around, trying to look up ice was Alex Chasen, but eventually Nick Ritchie will have to play it in with a stick. 10:56 to go in the second period. Cardinals have it. Looking around at center ice, Mason Gautreau. Gautreau looking and having a hard time handling things. And Moss Carney will work it up here. Russ up to McGrath. McGrath, shot, goes to the left of the net. Dylan Shea trying to get there as well, but Michael Baldessari will work it up. Here he is, Mike, moving it inside. Visitors have it. Jack Hall. Hall trying to fire in a shot. Save. Rebound. Another save from Nick Ritchie. Ritchie having himself a game today other than that one goal that went in. 3 shots on goal. He has faced now. Cardinals going to try to get back. Shea looking for it. Shea with a nice shot block, and it'll eventually work up to the point. Here come the Cardinals trying to do anything they can to get it out of their own zone. Good opportunity there from Jack Hall. Hall tried to stub it home, but he could not. Cardinals looking for it. Cardinals trying to get there. Anything now. It'll eventually go back. It's Shea. Dylan Shea will just lob it out of the zone. Icing call. 9:57 to go in the second period. Dying moments of the hockey game. Big time moments. Dire, rather. Excuse me. 9:57 to go in the second period. 1-1 game. Face-off coming in the Pope Francis zone. Petey lying on the ice. So it's actually, they did a line change. So it's Petey, Dolan, and Orzelak on the ice together. Orzi looking around. Orzelak trying to make the play. He gets stuffed into the St. Mary's bench. Cardinals have it. Try to take it in transition the other way. Dolan will stifle it over. Petey trying to get there, trying to make the play. He takes a seat on the ice. Dolan looking around, trying to do the same. Goes back to Ziggy. Ziggy trying to fire in a shot at the point, but Smith Jr. makes the save. I think a player may have gotten a shot block on it. Number 15 for St. Mary's. I think that was Nick Thornton who went for the shot block. He's tapping himself on the knee. Looked a little bit painful for him. Petrin wins the draw, goes back. Here's Dolan. Dolan looking around. Cardinals will now have to get there. It's Orselak who has it. Joe looking for it. He'll try to make a play to Jarrell, and that'll get iced back into the Cardinal end. Jarrell has it here. Here's Jarnsey. Jarnsey going to wrap it around the boards. It goes up to Dolan. Here's Liam Dolan. Dolan looking for a man. He's got it. It's Jake Jarrell. Jarrell looking around. Still has it for Pope. Looking for goal number 9. Jarrell trying to fire in a shot, and the shot was blocked again by St. Mary's. They are becoming a thing for the shot blocks. I believe getting the shot block there was Jack D'Elio. Goes back to Jarrell here. 8:53 now to go in the second. Orzelak looking around, trying to find Dolan maybe. Cardinals still trying to get there with Dolan, Petey, a variety of others. It'll eventually roll back and out of the St. Mary's zone. Cardinals will take it in once more. Here they come, trying to use a backhand. Fresh legs coming on for both teams here. 8:32 to go now in the opening period. St. Mary's rolling inside, just trying to get it out of their own zone. It stays in. Burns will try to get there, trying to make the play. He uses the man instead of the puck. It doesn't work out for him. Monroe will dump it into the St. Mary's zone now. It'll wrap around, and that is going to be an icing. Clock is going to stop with 8:13 or 8:12 on the clock. 8:12 is the number. It stops it. So it'll be a face-off in the St. Mary's zone. .21 shots on goal now for Pope. Still only 4 for St. Mary's. Big face-off coming in here for Pope. Trying to get the lead again. Mateo just trying to look for the puck. He fell down right on the dot. Burns going to try to fire on a ripper, but the shot was blocked once more by St. Mary's. Cardinals still trying to do something. They've got an opportunity. Burns looking for the puck. Mateo Cocavea try to get there as well, and Bryce Russ will now have to skate back and hop on the back check. Luckily, Max Monroe is there for him. Monroe looking. He'll try to find Mateo. Mateo tried to get there, and Burns will take it in instead. Here's Burns working it up. Mateo has it. Mateo looking around, but he gets thrown off the puck, and he'll have to come off the ice. Michael Nierich has it, but the pass is picked. It's Moss Carney. Moss to Russ. Russ centered that front. The score! Perfect from Pope Francis. It's Mike McGrath. Big time McGrath. The big ticket puts it in. And just like that, it is a 2-1 game thanks to Mike McGrath putting it in. It is 2-1 for Pope Francis. Bad pass from St. Mary's leads to a 3-on-1. It was bang, boom, bang for Pope Francis. Carney fed it to Russ. Russ then fed it in to the stick of Mike McGrath, and there was not much that St. Mary's could do there. Cardinals have it now. It's Shea. Shea looking for Moss Carney. Moss trying to get there. St. Mary's still trying to do something here. They'll move it around the ice. Nice passing from them. Works back to the point. They'll try to fire in a shot. It's made by Wigerson. It goes up to McGrath. McGrath on the breakaway. Shot goes high above the glass. Cardinals trying to stop it home. Moss Carney tried to put it in, but the save was made. Mike McGrath almost had his second goal in 20 seconds, but he could not stuff it home. It'll remain a 2-1 game, but just like that, the Cardinals take back the lead with 7:01 to go in the second period. Cardinals continuing to fight today. Mike McGrath leading the charge of the fight. It is a 2-1 game now for Pope Francis. Cardinals will try to get back. St. Mary's is trying to lob it up. Cardinals trying to get there. Before we can do anything else, we've got a whistle on the ice. It's going to be a face-off coming back into the St. Mary's zone. Petrin will take the draw. It's Petey, Liam Dolan, Nick Petch on the ice, along with Dylan Shea and Jake Jarrell. Petey gets thrown off the dot. It'll be Nick Petch taking the draw now. Petey will head to the right wing. Petch looking for Pete. He's got it. There's Petrin trying to work it back up to the point, but St. Mary's will try to take it the other way. They've got steam and space. There does their main man, number 6, Cam McGoganagel, but it goes back to the point. St. Mary's trying to go on the floor. Say, rebound, another big-time save. That one actually heads above to the glass area, and now the Cardinals are going to do everything they can to get it out of their own end. And the one man you'd want back there to do so is Jake Jarrell, and he is on the ice. Petch looking for it. Nick Petch steering clear of the boards, trying to burrow himself in over the St. Mary's bench. Jarrell using a skate and actually deflects perfectly to Dolan. Dolan will work it up here. It's Jake Petrin. Petey looking, trying to fire in a shot. Save made as it heads into the upper netting. Good shot and a good opportunity, but the save was made by St. Mary's of Lynn, number 1, Matthew Smith Jr. 6:09 to go in the second. Coming up, we've got the second intermission report. We'll break it down for you coming up. We'll break down what we saw in this second period, and we will also look forward to the third period. That's all coming up. It's the Pope Prep Intermission Report. Again, if you aren't already, like the content, subscribe to the channel. It'll be the 2 biggest clicks you've ever made. Because let me tell you, you'd get the Pope Francis extravaganza here on Pope Prep Productions. Cardinals trying to fire in a shot. That was Monroe from the point. He'll just try to keep it alive there. It works perfectly to Moss Carney. Moss looking. He had a wide open Matt Regan. Moss will take it in again. Moss Carney losing it around. He gets taken down, and those players they might get matching penalties here. The ref is watching what they are doing closely, and the Cardinals will try to get it out of their own end. Ziggy gets bear hugged, and that is going to be a penalty right in front of a ref. Just not very smart from St. Mary's. Power play time for Pope Francis. They gave an absolute bear hug to Zig. Number 24, Finn Racky, is heading to the box. It'll be a Cardinal power play coming in. Yeah, I don't think bear hugging Zachary Buffoni right in front of a ref is the wisest move on the board here for St. Mary's, but they choose to take that option. It will be a power play coming in for Pope. Zachary Buffoni, Jake Petrin, Moss Carney, Nick Petch, Jake Jarrell all on the ice for the Cardinals. before we can do anything else. Ooh, their center jumped a little bit too early. That was number 11 there for St. Mary's, Jack Hall, who jumped, and now they'll have to bring in a substitution with Jason Avery at center. But Zachary Buffoni will move it around. Jarrell from the point, trying to fire in a shot, looking for his 9th of the year. Couldn't find it. Goes back to the point again. Jarrell has it. Jarrell feeding it back. Zachary Buffoni. Zig looking, trying to find Nick Petch. Petch has it again, just using the outside edges of the ice surface here on the Cardinals. Jarrell tried to keep it alive, but that is going to be an offside call with 5:17 to go in the second period and 1:38 to go of power play time. Cardinals on the day, 1 for 1 on the power play. First goal of the game, it was a pretty big one for Pope Francis. Jake Petrin getting on the board, and Mike McGrath doing so as well. Those are your 2 goal scorers today thus far for Pope, but they can add another one here. 1:28 of power play time to go. Zachary Buffoni has it. Zig looking. It's Petch. Petch trying to fire on a shot. Shot was blocked by St. Mary's. They'll try to clear, and they will. It'll head back down the ice. Ritchie will leave it off to Zig. Here's Zachary Buffoni. Zig looking around, skating as fast as he possibly can, coming up center ice, charging up the ice too. They'll try to move it over to the left wing. Zig cutting back. Petrin looking around. He's got it. PD trying to fire on a shot. Save made by Smith Jr. Petch still trying to do something. 55 seconds of power play time left. PD over to Petch. Here's Nick Petch, has all day to think about it. Decides to move it over to Jarrell. Jarrell sliding it to Zig. Zig sliding it back. Jarrell to Petch, one-timer. Save made. Actually was blocked by Petrin before it could go to the net. And the Cardinals will try to take it again. And we've got a penalty coming in. It's going to be 4-on-4 for 38 seconds. And Jarrell is heading back to the box. It's going to be his second penalty of the day. Or is it Jarrell or Petrin? Excuse me. I believe it is actually Petrin who's going to head to the box. So it'll be PD heading to the box for 2 minutes. So 4-on-4 time for 38 seconds. Then the remaining time will be a St. Mary's of Lynn power play. Face-off coming in. Matt Regan, Mike McGrath, Dylan Shea, Max Monroe on the ice. The 4 for Pope. Monroe has it. He'll feed it over to Dylan Shea. Shea looking around. That was a scary pass, but it goes back to Max Monroe. Monroe looking around. He'll take it up ice now. Here's Max. Max Monroe charging up the left side. Moving it over for Regan. Before we can do anything else, the linesman puts the hand down, offside called. 3:58 to go in the second, and 19 seconds of 4-on-4 time to go. So Cardinals thought they'd be getting even more life with a power play opportunity, but an unfortunate sequence of events for Petrin took the penalty. It's going to be 4-on-4 for 17 seconds more. Jarrell trying to fire in a shot. Save, rebound, and Smith Jr. will cover up. Jarrell got taken down. I think they're going to call a penalty. They are going to call a penalty on St. Mary's. They are heading to the box. So what this means, we're going to have 4-on-4 time here for a long time. So we're actually going to have 4-on-3 time now. So the Cardinals have their sights out in front of them, looking for a win today on this 20th day of January, the year from our Lord 2024. On the ice for Pope, it's Mateo, Bryce Russ, Zach Buffoni, and Jake Jarrell. So 4-on-3 time for 12 seconds. That'll be 4-on-4 time. From that point forward, Cardinals looking for it here. Jarrell trying to get there. He does. Jarrell has it. He'll staple it in to Bryce Russ. 3 seconds to go. A 4-on-3 time. 2-and-1. It's back to 4-on-4 for 1:22. Zach Buffoni has it. Zig looking around. He'll find a man, Mateo. Mateo tried to find Jake Jarrell. It's going to be a foot race for it. And Zachary Buffoni is going to wind up winning that foot race. Just another 1:10 of 4-on-4 time. Zig going to leave it off for Jake Jarrell. Jarrell looking up ice. Moss Carney was there, but he chooses to just skate with it and look a little bit more for Moss. Moss will deflect it in. Goes to Matt Regan. Matty Regan looking around. It's Moss Carney. Moss just trying to shake and bake and break some ankles in the process. Moss trying to stuff it home. It goes out, and Zach Buffoni will have to get back because it's going to be a breakaway for St. Mary's the other way unless Zig can get back there. And it's defensive masterpiece from Ziggy and Jarrell. Big time defense from the Cardinals, and it's going to set up a 2-on-1 the other way. Regan will try to find Miles Carney. He could not. Team starting to go back and forth. Regan firing a shot. Save made by Smith Jr. And let me tell you, folks, you've got to commend that play from Zachary Buffoni and Jake Jarrell. It looked like a breakaway coming in for St. Mary's. And the expertise, again, we've called it the best defensive pairing in Massachusetts hockey, and that is for a reason. They got back there in the nick of time, made the play, no penalty assessed. That was absolutely perfect, just the way you draw it up from those two. Face-off coming in for Nick Petch. Cardinals looking for it. They've got it. It's Petch again, trying to center one out in front. Save made by Smith. Monroe putting on the ankle-breaking skates there, but now he'll have to get back because look out here. St. Mary's trying to lob it down the ice. And before we can do anything else, we've got an icing call. Again, it is 4-on-4 for 11 seconds. That's why there was an icing. Otherwise, that would have been not icing. 2:27 to go in the second. 4-on-4 for 11 seconds, and then from that point forward, it'll be power play time. McGrath has it. We're working around behind the net for Wegerson. Power play coming in for Pope. The shot! They score! It's Mike McGrath! Uno dos for the junior! Mike McGrath coming to play today. That's 2 for the kid. He puts it in, and it's 2 for the Cardinals from McGrath, and 3 total on the day. The power play goal once again for Pope Francis, and it is a 3-1 lead for the Cardinals. Mike McGrath getting his second of the day. You didn't see it coming in. It deflected and went in, and it is a 3-1 lead for Pope Francis. Dolan's going to try to send it in. Orzelak will make the play, but not for long, as St. Mary's are going to have to try to take it the other way, and they are going to need lots of offense. 1:57 to go in the second period. Cardinals looking up ice. Orzelak looking up, finds Dolan. Here's Liam Dolan. Dolan with speed. Dolan, the youngster, trying to fire a shot. Save, rebound, another save, and we get a questionable whistle. I believe the net was dislodged, and that is the reasoning why. The whistle happened, but referee Shirley could have let that play go on a little bit longer, but they choose not to let it go longer. 1:45 to go now in the second period, and a 3-1 game. And now St. Mary's will take it the other way. 1:40 to go in the second. They'll try to just lob it in. Max Monroe will have to make the play. He'll stop on his edges and just try to use his body, too. And it goes to Petey. Here's Jake Petrin. Petey looking up boards, trying to fire it up the glass maybe, trying to hit Orzelak. William Dolan trying to get there as well, but it will head back to Zachary Buffoni, who's got it. Zig moving it around, trying to find Monroe. Max Monroe, over to Petey it goes. Petey looking, trying to get any type of skates he can get on that puck, but now St. Mary's will try to take it in. But Liam Dolan gets back there. A good back check from him, trying to get to that puck. Monroe, Petey using the body too. That was a nice play from Petey. 1 minute to go now in this second period. McRitchie will have to make the save there, and Zach Buffoni will take it up. 3-1 lead for the Cardinals. Zig has it. Zig looking, shake and bake, loses the puck eventually. It'll come back down to him. Sickey had 2 goals against Malden Catholic on Thursday. We'll try to find some help. Nick Burns in the corner. Look out, this could be a dangerous proposition for the visitors, as Burns will try to get there, but eventually real estate does run out for him. Malden Catholic still trying to make the play inside. It goes to Russ. Here's Bryce. Bryce Russ looking around. 25 seconds to go in the second period. We're about to come to a conclusion of a second period that had a lot of great hockey in it, as Burns uses the body along with Zachary Buffoni. 15 seconds to go. We have an icing call with actually 14.9. So 14.9 more to go in this second period. Moss Carney, Nick Petch, Jake Petrin, Jarrell, and Thayer on the ice. 14.9 to go in the period. Cardinals looking downstairs. Moscardi and Petrin looking below the net. Kirk's back up. Here's Mason. Mason trying to fire on a shot. Save is made easily by Smith Jr. with 4.2 seconds to remaining in the second. Player skating gingerly for St. Mary's, and he is coming off a little slowly. That is number 6 there, Captain Cam McGugnall. He is coming off very slowly. I think he took a puck right to that lower hip area. So he's coming off, and that'll likely end his second period. So he says see ya for the rest of the second. Moss Carney looking. McGrath trying to fire a shot. Moss to the backhand. Goes to Jarrell. Does the shot count? No. No, it does not count. It would have been a goal for Jarrell, but he can't believe it. It doesn't count. 3-1. That's how we're going to head to the second. Head into the third, rather. Excuse me. That could have easily been 4-1. Jarrell will have to do nothing but smile, knowing that would have been his 9th of the season. So we head to the second intermission with the Cardinals up 3-1. That second period, lots of restored order. Smiling faces from these guys, lots of fist bumps. Now they've got to hold on for 17 more minutes, and they will have another win in the books. Here on this Saturday afternoon matinee, we head to the second intermission with the Cardinals up 3-1. Stay tuned, Champions play here. Back in a flash on Pope Prep. Welcome back. We're about to enter the third period, but we'll give you a recap of that second. And boy, oh boy, was it fun. Shots on goal to this point, 36 for the Pope Francis Cardinals and 7 for St. Mary's of Lynn. Pope Francis with everything you just about could ask for in that second period again. I mean, they did give up the one goal, but let me tell you, it was a 1-1 tie from there. They responded, and let me tell you, the goals were terrific, both from Mike McGrath, actually. Nice game for him. But let me tell you, what was even more impressive was the defensive stoutness of Pope Francis playing exceptional hockey. Ziggy Buffoni and Jake Jarrell, give them their props. There was about a rush in that, about the 3-minute mark in that second period with 3 minutes to go. Jake Jarrell was a breakaway coming in for St. Mary's. Jarrell and Ziggy both tag teamed and did an outstanding job of stopping St. Mary's from maybe tying the game and making it a 2-2 game at that point. And that game went back and forth in that second period. I think we're going to get more of the same. I think St. Mary's going to come out aggressive in the second period, or excuse me, the third, and try to get any chance they can at scoring, because let me tell you, they need goals fast. Coming up, we've got the third period exclusively on the Pope Prep YouTube channel. This has been the second intermission report. We are just about set and ready to begin the third period. It is the Cardinals who head to the all-important third with a 3-1 lead, 2-goal advantage. They're going to work from left to right, while the Cardinals in this third, St. Mary's, are going to go from right to left. Pope Francis trying to hang on for 17 minutes more, and they will have a victory over St. Mary's and improve their record as the stretch run begins now. Face-off coming in. Bryce Russ, Mateo Cocavea, Nick Burns, Zachary Buffoni, and Jarrell starting it out for Pope Francis in this third. As St. Mary's coming out with offense early on. They win the draw, and they're going to try to bring pressure on Pope Francis. You'd have to think. Mateo looking at it. Oh, big time hit. You heard that from here. Jake Jarrell Let the bodies hit the 4.5 there from him as Jarrell will try to move it up to Mateo. He finds Nick Burns. Here's Burns dashing up the right side of the ice. Burns. Oh, a big-time hit again. These two teams starting to have a little bit of a chippy game here in this third period as Russ will hold it in. Russ will look around and find Mateo Cocavea. Here he is, Mateo, looking for Jarrell. Mateo and a player from St. Mary's get their sticks tied up amongst each other. Cardinals still looking to play some defense here. Ziggy Buffoni will take it back in his own end. Here's Zig. Zachary Buffoni will take it. Over to Jake Petron it goes. PD looking for some space. St. Mary's trying to get there, trying to make the play. They'll dump it back into the Cardinal end as Zig will come away with it. Here's Ziggy looking up ice, trying to find a man in Dolan. Zachary Buffoni will take it in now. Here's Zig. Zig trying to do something, but an offside is called with 15:51 to go in the third period. "36-7 shots on goal. If that were just one part of the story, you'd think the Cardinals would be winning 8-1. Well, the truth of the matter is it's a 3-1 game. St. Mary's have stayed in this game. They're goaltending today, I think, but still lots of time to go, and lots of things to be said by both teams still, as Wegerson will try to fire in a shot. That one goes to the left of the net. Shea will try to keep it in at the point. Going up with a hand is Petch, trying to work it over to Petey, but eventually he loses it. St. Mary's still trying to get going, but Wegerson will have to play it at a point, trying to stifle it with a backhand. Dolan will try to work it out in the front of the net. And now Petey will have to get back, along with the rest of Pope Francis. St. Mary's looking in. Wegerson will have to use the hand, trying to make the play. Wegerson trying to get there. Wegs going to use the boards. And he finds a man in Dylan Shea. Here's Dylan. Dylan looking around. Find a man, Liam Dolan. Dolan looking up ice, trying to get there. And Matty Regan will try to do the same. Nick Ritchie holding it in. He's got Wegerson. Wegs looking up ice, trying to find Petey. But eventually St. Mary's will take it back. Not for much longer, though. Shea will hold it in. Here's Dylan. Dylan Shea over to Wegerson. Here's Wade Wegs. Wegs had to do something here. The pass is picked off, though, by St. Mary's. They'll try to work it out in front. The shot, save, made by Ritchie. Rebound. St. Mary's still trying to stub it home. A little bit of an error from Wegerson on the back end. Still trying to get used to defense. That was scary and a half. Wegerson still trying to do something with it. He'll take it back now. And now for Wegerson, I think the message is just to get it out and to the St. Mary's end and get off the ice. Matt Regan has it. Regan over to McGrath. McGrath will just try to stifle it into the zone. It goes back here to Zach Buffoni. Zig trying to fire in a shot. Smith Jr. will make the save and cover up with 14:14 to go in the third. $14-14 to go. McGrath, Regan, Carney on the ice with Monroe and Zig. Moss looking, trying to make a play, and St. Mary's will try to take it now. St. Mary's have it, looking around, nice stick handling from them, nice puck movement, but the shot is going to be an easy pass save from Nick Ritchie. Cardinals still try to do something here. Nice tape passing from St. Mary's. They'll try to fire in a shot at the flex to the left of the net. St. Mary's still with it. They have it. Nice play here from St. Mary's, number 5, Aiden Fitzpatrick, trying to fire a shot. And now Ziggy Buffoni will just try to clear it up. Maybe 2-on-1 coming in. McGrath tried to skate as fast as he could. And now the Cardinals now will just have to get back, trying to make a play here. Ritchie will make a blocker save there. Here's Jarrell will try to find it. Goes to Regan. Matty Regan trying to make the play up to Moss Carney. Carney has it. It's a 2-on-1. McGrath trying to move. Moss Carney has it. Moss leaving it off. Zig trying to fire in a shot. Save made. And actually, oh boy, we got a big collision coming in. That was McGrath getting sent down to the ice with authority there from St. Mary's. Wonder if they're going to have a call on the ice as McGrath was going in, went for a big hit. And St. Mary's, I think they're going to have a penalty. I see their player holding up his hands like he's innocent, but even though he's not, he's going to be heading to the box. That's Mark Hilton, who will take a seat in the sin bin for 2 minutes. So Mark Hilton will head to the box. Power play time coming in for Pope. Could it be dagger time? That's the question. McGrath looking around. It goes to Monroe. Max Monroe has it. Regan. Matt Regan over to Monroe again. Monroe back to Regan. Regan centering it out in front. McGrath trying to fire on a shot, but the save was made by Smith Jr. 1:45 in power play time. Monroe, Regan, Jarrell, Wegerson, McGrath on the ice. Cardinals trying to fire on a shot. They score. It's the freshman, Matty Regan, putting it in, and that might be the dagger. Matt Regan making it look nice. It's another Cardinal power play goal. Make that 4-1 for Pope Francis. And it's starting to become mop-up duty with 13:01 to go in the third period. Goal counts for Pope. Matt Regan getting it done for the Cardinals. One of those freshmen that is going to have a big future here at Pope Francis. He puts it in 4-1 game. 12:55 to go in this game. As Orzelak has it. Joe looking to make the play. Russ will try to help him out. Mateo Cocavea trying to get there. There's Mateo. Mateo looking back to the point. Cardinals trying to fire a shot. That one blisters to the left side of the net. Jarrell looking around, trying to find Orzelak. Orzi trying to get there. Mateo Cocavea trying to make the play before we do anything else. We've got a penalty on the ice. So penalty called. I believe it is Pope Francis who are called for the penalty. Yep, it'll be Jake Jarrell who will be heading to the box. Power play time coming in for the Spartans. So Jarrell really becoming a veteran in the box, his second penalty of the game. So 4 minutes total now for him in the sin bin. St. Mary's trying to get within 2 with a power play goal, but they are now down 3. St. Mary's looking around. Nice puck movement here from them to start the power play. Trying to look around and fire a shot. Save made. Richie trying to clear. Petey down there will play law and order with Nick Petch trying to get those St. Mary's forwards away from Nick Ritchie. 12:24 to go in the game. 1:51 in power play time for St. Mary's. Face-off coming in for Petrin. So it's Petrin, Petch, Zachary Buffoni, and Monroe on the ice for the penalty kill. St. Mary's got it back at the point, trying to fire in a blister from the point, but it'll aim high above the glass, and now the Cardinals will have to go get it. Nick Petch trying to get there. St. Mary's will be the first ones down back in their own end to get it. They get it with Maddox Jacobson. Jacobson looking for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick stopping at center ice. He finds a man. That's Chase Collins. Collins trying to look back. That one's going to head high and out of play. With 11:58 to go now in the third, and 1:25 in power play time left for the Spartans. Face-off coming in at center ice. Russ wins the draw, and Monroe will wrap it around the boards. Here's Mateo Cocavea. Cocavea trying to look up ice for Russ. Russ trying to get there. It's a deflection goal. It went off a hand. I'm not sure who it was. St. Mary's got a goal. Acting as if they actually scored it there is Michael Nierich. So Nierich gets the goal nonetheless. I think he's going to get credit for it. Went off. It was a deflection goal. Not much Richie could do there. And suddenly, it is a 4-2 game. So 4-2 lead. Third period. December 23rd. I'll take you back. Franklin Panthers were in the exact same spot. Instead, it was actually the exact same spot. It was 4-2. From that point forward, Franklin came back to tie it and then eventually won it in the third. The St. Mary's of Lynn, the Spartans, have a similar story to say. Petey looking for it, but eventually St. Mary's will get back under it. 11:20 to go now. Cardinals just trying to hang on and head to the dressing rooms of the win. Petrin looking for it. It'll head down the ice. Jarrell has it again. Jarrell, spinorama. Nice shake and bake from him. He'll look up ice, try to find a man, Liam Dolan. Dolan and Petey both trying to get there. Petch will get there instead, and offside is called with 11 minutes showing on the clock. So that's 2 St. Mary's goals now, 4 for Pope. A 4-2 game. Monroe looking for it. He'll try to find Matty Regan. Regan looking up for Moss Carney. Heads into the bench area. 10:50 to go in the third. Face-off coming in at center ice. Regan trying to win the draw. St. Mary's trying to as well. Puck still tied up for a little while. St. Mary's trying to get there, trying to make any type of play they can. McGrath will take it in now. McGrath looking up ice, trying to get there, but eventually gets kicked back into the Cardinal end. Zachary Buffoni will take it. Zig aiming for the glass, trying to find Monroe. Goes a bit high above his head. Or excuse me, he was aiming for McGrath, as the Cardinals will have to get back in their own end again. St. Mary's really bringing the forecheck now. Zach Buffoni trying to get there. Trying to steer clear of the St. Mary's players, but it's a dogfight for the puck now. Zig trying to bring a player down. He does, being aggressive down there for Pope. Monroe trying to get there. Here's Zig. Zig moving it up. Matty Regan. Oh, that's a slash and a half. That's going to be a penalty on St. Mary's, and right, just what the doctor ordered for Pope. It'll be power play time coming in for the Cardinals. So yet another penalty called on St. Mary's. This is going to be Chase Collins heading to the box now. Power play time coming in. 10:07 to go in the second. On the ice for the Cardinals, the typical power play lines with Petch, Petey, and Moss Carney. And Jarrell and Ziggy on the back end. Jarrell has it here. Looking for his ninth goal officially now. He'll try to fire a shot. It banks to the left of the net. Doesn't hit the net. Zach Buffoni will try to take it in. Jarrell has it. Looking back. Ziggy trying to fire on a shot. Aims above the glass. Cardinals looking for it. Jarrell trying to fire on a shot now. That one heads high above the net. 1:30 to go. Moss Carney taking it in. Moss looking around, trying to create space. 9:33 to go. Moss looking, trying to make the play. Goes to Jarrell. Jarrell, shot, save, made. Smith Jr., rebound. Cardinals tried to get there, and that one gets stapled down the ice. Ziggy calling for the puck. He's got it. 9:20 to go in the game. 1:10 on power play time left as well. Moss Carney trying to make the play here. Moss looking for it. Goes to Jarrell. Jake Jarrell. Jarnsey looking in. Jarnsey trying to fire a shot. He scores! It's Jarnsey putting it in. And just like that, it is a 5-2 game. When the Cardinals get on the power play, it is just about all over. Jake Jarrell. Jarnsey with his 9th goal of the season. That is a team leader. And just like that, it is a 5-2 game. And there is your dagger. 3-goal lead again. A power play goal. 9:05 to go in the third period. It is Jake Jarrell. He just keeps scoring. I mean, unstoppable. Jake Jarrell from the point. I mean, it is so hard to play defense on him. And that could be the dagger today at the Olympia Ice Center. It is a 5-2 game with 8:55 to go. St. Mary's, again, they took that slashing penalty. Not smart hockey from them at all. And it is a 5-2 Cardinal lead. Russ looking inside, trying to make the play. St. Mary's looking up ice. They can't find anywhere to go with it. And Dylan Shea now will take it. Shea gets taken down to the ice. He wanted the call, didn't get one. Now the Cardinals will have to get back here. Mason Gautreau trying to get back, trying to make any type of play he can. It goes around. Bryce Russ looking up ice. Russ has it. Here's Bryce. Bryce Russ goes ski-yeet around to the right side, trying to find Mateo Kokavea. Kokavea trying to fire it around. Russ looking inside, trying to fire it in on Smith Jr., but now it is St. Mary's trying to take it the other way. They'll try to steer clear of Zig. Zig's going to try to bring the poach, and he gets it. Here's Zach hustling up the ice, down the left side. Zig looking around. He gets taken down. He will have to do a wipeout and have to get back on the defensive side. He'll skate back, and now St. Mary's will try to look up the ice again. 7:53 to go now in the third period. St. Mary's get kicked back into their own end. Michael Baldessari looking up ice. He's got his man, Chase Collins. Collins looking, trying to fire to his man, and it's a shot and a save made from Richie. Evan Toto fired it in on Richie, but he made it look like clockwork. Easy glove save. Shots on goal. 44 for Pope Francis and 13 for St. Mary's. They've really got to start pressing now with 7:39 to go. Face-off coming in for McGrath. McGrath trying to get there, trying to make the play. He's got it. Here's Mike. Mike looking for Matty Regan. Regan looking for it right in front of a ref. Ref's got to go backwards. He didn't know where to go there. He did a little frigid movement there. Didn't know what to do. Goes to Moss Carney now. There's Moss over to Zach Buffoni. Zig to Moss. Moss back. Max Monroe has it. Here's Max. Max Monroe. Monroe just going to try to take it himself. He'll try to leapfrog it down the boards. Cardinals will try to get there with Matt Regan. Regan trying to make any type of play he can. And instead, it'll be St. Mary's trying to take it the other way. But before they can do anything else, hard time getting there. And Zach Buffoni will take it in. Here's Zig. Zach Buffoni has it. He'll lob it down the ice. He'll look for a man. Moss Carney. Moss tried to get there. He tried to make the play. Moss still trying to do something here, but eventually winds up on the stick of St. Mary's. They still having a hard time getting it up ice. The forecheck for St. Mary's today just really hasn't been there. It's just been outclassed by the Cardinals as McGrath will try to move it up here, but St. Mary's will take it instead. Michael Nierich looking up ice, but to no avail as Mason Thayer will just look around and try to find McGrath. Mike McGrath looking for Regan. Hard time doing just that. Thayer coming back into his own end now. Mason Thayer having a hard time scraping it off the boards. Thayer still trying to do something, and a man wide open did St. Mary's. Stephen Nason had his stick on the ice. He was ready to fire it in, but he couldn't get the stick on it in just enough time. Liam Dolan looking in. He wanted a goal. Couldn't find it there. Nick Petch trying to do the same. We reached the 6-minute mark. 6 minutes to go in the third period. The Cardinals appear to be in business. Dylan Shea looking up ice. He'll find his man. It's Nick Petch. Petch looking around, creating space. Dolan, shot. Save made there from St. Mary's. It gets tipped down the ice again. Here comes St. Mary's trying to make any type of play they can with Aiden Fitzpatrick. But before they can do that, icing called with 5:39 to go in the third period. Fans, we got a big week coming up on Pope Prep Productions. Monday, we'll be live with girls basketball. Again, apologize to them for not doing their big game today against South Hadley. We will be there live with coverage for their senior night. We will be there and live on Pope Prep with a pregame ceremony before. And then Thursday, we'll be back here at the Limp for more boys hockey. So we'll preview all those games coming up in the postgame momentarily. As St. Mary's will try to do something. Here comes their captain. That's their big guy, number 6, who has just been letting the bodies hit the floor for Pope, Cam Moganagel, but he couldn't do much there. Orzelak tried to do something, but he was cut off by Fitzpatrick. Aiden Fitzpatrick wheeling back into his own end. He loses it. Pass picked off. Orzelak tried to get there. He got sent down by Moganagel. McCoganagel trying to work it down the ice, and that will steer back into the Cardinal end, and Russ will try to clear it. Big save made from Richie. He has the shot from McCoganagel. Fended off with a pad. 4:59 to go now in the third period. Burns looking up ice. He finds a man. Orzelak. Joe looking. Trying to just move it around just a little bit. Burns try to get there as well. Gets leapfrogged, and here comes a 2-on-1. Ziggy takes a tumble. Look out. It's Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to fire it around. The saucer pass is to no avail. The Cardinals steer clear of what could have been a 2-on-1 goal for St. Mary's. Zach Buffoni, after the tumble, will try to take it the other way. Here he comes. He's been falling a lot this game, but again, he's been one of the stars as well. Zig trying to fire a shot. Oh, that one took a wicked shot off Smith Jr. right off his mask. It went kadoosh. Could hear that one from up here. So that must have only hurt a little due to the face mask being on. Imagine if this was like the 60s and that goalie didn't have any type of protection on his face. That one would have left a mark, to say the least. Petch looking around. Liam Dolan trying to get there, trying to make the play. Gets sandwiched behind the net. Petrin looking for it. Cardinals trying to get there. PD still trying to work at it. Grinding out this shift here. Loses a stick, and they make him go back to a corner to get it. That was heads-up hockey from St. Mary's. Going to head back down the ice. Icing called 3:42 to go now in this third period. So there you see it. 3:42 to go. Scoreboard says 5-2. Cardinals trying to hang on. On the ice for Pope, it's McGrath, Moss, Carney, Regan, Thayer, and Jarrell on the back ends. Face-off coming in. Face-off one cleanly by St. Mary's. They'll try to work it the other way. They've got it. Looking around, Jarrell trying to play some defense here. Jarnsey has it. Gets worked down into the St. Mary's end. St. Mary's looking to create space. Alex Chasen goes out in front. It's Matt Regan. It's his second. He does the Superman with the S on his chest. And just like that, with 3:25 to go, there officially is your dagger. Matt Regan, his second of the game. Matty puts it in. 6-2. The Cardinals are going to carry on the home winning streak. Matty Regan just did the shake and bake, went boom, top shelf, and did the Superman with the S on his chest. That was absolutely stellar from Matt Regan once more. He's doing it all for this Pope Francis team. As St. Mary's will try to get something going. Down 4 now. Seems like hope has been lost for the day, but they'll try to get something going on the offensive end so they can look forward to in their stretch run of their season as Burns will try to move it around. Goes to Orzelak. Here's Joe. Joe Orzelak trying to set one out in front. Goes to Burns. Burns shot. Save made by Smith Jr. Good look for Nick Burns, but he could not stub it home. So Matt Regan gets his second goal of the game. Again, one of those guys to watch out for in his career. I think he's going to have a nice, solid career here for these Cardinals. Matt Regan goes back to doing Shea. Shea looking around, trying to find a man, trying to find an outlet, and instead it's taken in by St. Mary's. St. Mary's trying to just get it up the ice, trying to get something going. 2:45 to go now in this third period. Cardinals looking forward. It's a little battle for that puck as Nick Petch try to get there with Mateo, and Nick Petch will eventually take it here. Here comes Petch. Nick Petch has it. Looking around. He finds Petrin. Here's Petey. Petey trying to send one out in front to Petch. He winds up in the center of the crease, and it actually puck went out of play. And a lucky fan will get a souvenir from the game. Wonder if they'll be able to sell that on eBay one day and make a little profit. Hey, think about it like that. Could have been Ryan Leonard shooting that puck. And it would have been a hefty payday for a fan, but hey, who knows? Maybe one of these players can turn out to have a similar skill set. You never know. St. Mary's looking up ice. 2:19 to go. Again, Monday night, girls basketball. Pope Productions will be back on the air with senior night coverage. Thursday night, we'll be back here with boys hockey. As Matt Regan looking up, finds McGrath. McGrath trying to look over from Moss Carney. So the Pope Francis Cardinals, if this result holds, 6-2. We'll wait for Mike McGrath to skate around with it. McGrath will try to center one out in front, and eventually St. Mary's will try to take it the other way. If this result holds and it's 6-2, the Cardinals will have won their last two by a combined score of 14-4. So that's a good ratio when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, as Moss Carney will try to keep it alive in the St. Mary's zone. He still has it. Here's Moss. Moss looking in, trying to find Nick Burns. Burns trying to work hard for a goal here. Burns gets thrown down to the ice. That's going to be an icing with 1:30 to go in this third period. Or actually, the ref says just let play up. 1:25 to go. Cardinals in a little bit of a rough point there. Ziggy looking forward. He gets sandwiched into the boards. Burns will just try to clear it out. Not going to do it there for Burns. It's a made here from Ritchie with a stick. Monroe with a nice hip check. A little bit over to Regan. Matt Regan over to Joe Orzelak again. Orzie looking around. That puck is going to head high down the ice. Burns trying to get there. He could have almost had a breakaway if he was able to beat that St. Mary's defender. Orzelak has it. Staying on sides is Pope. Orzelak just trying to fire on a shot. And Smith Jr. will cover up and make the save. 49 shots on goal for Pope today. 15 shots on goal for St. Mary's. Big news in hockey at the hour. Islanders have made a coaching change, and the new coach they've decided to bring in is Patrick Waugh. So that's interesting for them for sure. I looked at my phone here to see the time. First thing I saw, Patrick Waugh named new head coach of the Islanders. He's back in the show. Cardinals are going to make a play here. So the Cardinals are going to improve. A big win over St. Mary's, a statement win for a team that a week ago looked to be in a bit of trouble. After that loss against Reading, this team looked lost, looked without an answer, but the answer has appeared to come in net. Nick Ritchie has been a stabilizing force. This team's playing better in front of him. 19 seconds to go in the game. Petey looking. They'll try to find a man in Jarrell. Jake Jarrell has it. Tried to move it up for Petrin. Petch trying to get there as well. Staples back to the point to Jarrell again. 8 seconds. One last opportunity for Jarrell, looking for goal 10. Shot is blocked. Goes around the horn. Ziggy will just hold it in, and that is it. The Pope Francis Cardinals put it on the board. Yes! The Cardinals get the job done, and the home fans are sent home happy today on this afternoon matinee. Congratulations to the Cardinals. A big 6-2 win for them. They knock off St. Mary's and send them the 5 losses on the season. That was a stick thunderous tap there on the bench. They are frustrated with the way they played. Like maybe it wasn't indicative of how their season is gone, but nonetheless, the Cardinals take the W, and they head into the weekend happy. That's just about going to do it from here. Nick Ritchie leading the way in the handshake line. 6-2 your final score today. Give you the handshake line, and then we will head home for the weekend. Again, coming up Monday, we've got girls basketball senior night. We'll be back here on Thursday with more boys hockey. Always fun to come into the Limp, and we thank them for their tremendous hospitality and letting us film here at the Limp. Always fun to watch the boys win. Handshake line just about complete. Cardinals smiling faces, heading off the ice with a win. They needed this one, and it's a big one for them too. That's just about going to put a dapper on this one. 6-2 your final score. 49 shots on goal for the Cardinals and 15 for St. Mary's of Lynn. That's going to do it. Again, we'd like to thank the wonderful team that makes these broadcasts possible with Mr. Daryl Jeffrey and Matt Zenda. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an official Pope Prep Productions event on the Pope Francis YouTube page, and that'll do it. From all of us here at Pope Prep Productions, we wish you and your family a great weekend. Signing off, this is AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, saying so long from West Springfield. Final score, 6-2. The Cardinals win.